are holding a beginner's class on how to utilize Coinbase Pro for crypto trading.
In our previous videos, we taught you how to buy, sell, and transfer crypto using the Coinbase.com exchange. We also did a video on how to do your own research, and that's something I'm always going to reiterate. Do your own research before you invest in crypto. Links to those videos, you'll find them below. And one more time, this video should not be considered legal, investment, or financial advice. Do your own research. So Coinbase and Coinbase Pro are clearly connected, and Coinbase Pro is more advanced, as the name suggests. There are several advantages to using Coinbase Pro over Coinbase itself. Number one is the transaction fees tend to be less. Number two, because of the order book and limit orders, you can typically get better prices whether you're buying or selling. And third, developing the skills to use order books will open the door to you for opening accounts with other major exchanges really around the world, which would give you an opportunity to buy coins that are not really available on Coinbase or Coinbase Pro. Okay, hear me out on one quick thing. If you are over the age of 50 and you're a beginner, I am frankly doing these videos for you. Now, I'm in that club too. And if you take the time to learn it and don't be overwhelmed by it, crypto trading could be a very important part of your portfolio. Therefore, for all of my 50+ students, come on down to the front of the classroom. You need to stay engaged. I don't want to lose you. So hang on and let's get started. Let's log into pro.coinbase.com. So typically I'll start out logging into coinbase.com, and then I'll open up a new tab on the same browser, and then I will open up Coinbase Pro. And oftentimes if you open up Coinbase first, you don't have to go in through the email and password and 2FA process. But right for now, we're just going to start directly at Coinbase Pro. Up in the right-hand corner, you can see there's a sign in and a get started. If you already have an email and password, you can click on sign in. I'm going to click on get started, and I'll show you where that takes us. So if you don't have a Coinbase Pro account, you can set one up here with your name, email, password, and state, and then create an account. Down below it says already have an account, sign in. If you have a Coinbase account, you can skip this account creation part and go right to sign in. On this screen, I'm going to put in my email and password because I do already have an account. After logging in, you will be shown this page. It says authorize Coinbase Pro to access your Coinbase account. And you're going to want to authorize that. That could be useful to you during any particular session. So go ahead and click authorize. Okay, we're in. So now you can see what the, I'll call it the trading desk of Coinbase Pro. Clearly looks a lot different than Coinbase's. There's a lot of information here. So let's get started explaining what you're seeing. Here we are at what I'll call the trading desk. And I'm just going to give you a quick overview about what you're looking at. So up at the top left, we have a tab that says trade, and that's actually what we're looking at right now. Also across the top to the right, we have a tab for orders, portfolio, and then this tab over here is your personal information. And I'll just click on this quick. This is where you have access to your bank account, limits, API, address books, statements, taxes, help and support, privacy, legal, and that's where you sign out. So that's what's available over there. Then below that, next line, you can see this is the trading pair that's currently being shown. when you click on select market, it allows you to choose other markets. There are many available markets here. Here's a listing of all of them. If you want just US dollar markets, you click on this. And so this matches each of the coins with a US dollar trade, whether you're using US dollars to buy Bitcoin or whether you want to sell Bitcoin and get US dollars, etc., for each of these particular coins. There are also USDC markets. So USDC is what is called a stable coin. And that's something that we will talk more about in the future. But a stable coin tries to maintain a value as close as possible to the US dollar in a one-to-one relationship. Next, we have Bitcoin markets. If we're buying and selling different coins using Bitcoin to purchase them. DAI is another stable coin. You can see here there's not too many, there's just really one market for DAI there. And then ETH. So Ethereum there are 3 trading markets for Ethereum. So most likely for beginners, you're going to be over in the US dollar market. But I want to show the Bitcoin market, so I'm going to go back and show the Bitcoin US dollar market. Okay, so we touched on that a little bit. I'm going to go back up here and show you what is under the orders tab. So I have on this exchange account, I have about $100 or so, and you can see I have no open orders. I was actually playing with this yesterday, and surprisingly to me, my orders were filled. So now I can click over here and see my filled orders. I bought a little bit of Uni and some Atom yesterday, and then it will show me my fees. Now, the interesting thing here is this will talk to you about fees that the exchange charges for your trades. So this is the pricing tier here, up to $10,000. There's a taker fee of 0.5 and a maker fee of 0.5. And as you have more volume, your fees are lower. And once you hit the 50K level, you actually are paying less with a maker fee than a taker fee. And just to summarize makers and takers real quick, if you purchase crypto on Coinbase Pro at the market value, you are considered a taker. If you submit an order to the order book as a limit order, then you're considered a maker. In other words, you are providing liquidity to the market. So that is deemed to be of greater value than simply being a taker, and that's why the fees are different. You could read a lot more about that, do some research on it, but that's just a little summary of what that is all about. We're going to move on up to portfolios, up this tab on the upper right. And so I have a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ether, some Uniswap, and some Cosmos, and I have $12.91 in US dollars. Up here, it allows me to make a deposit or to make a withdrawal. If I click on deposit, and let's just say I click on US dollars because I want to get some more money in here. It allows me to transfer money in from a bank account, a wire transfer, or to move it over from Coinbase. And this is where I'll tell you that there's actually, it's very easy to make transfers, whether it's of US dollars or of crypto, between Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. It's a nice advantage of having these accounts. So if you're trying to bring new money in from a bank account, you will find that Coinbase Pro, as well as Coinbase, will give you credit for your deposit immediately. So if you see a trade that you want to jump on, but you don't have money to have your dollars transfer over, they will literally give credit to your deposit transfer immediately. What they do is they hold your coins or funds for a period of, seems to be an average of 5 days, but we'll see that as we click on it. And so you just can't move it or take it out until the funds actually are deposited into Coinbase. But it's nice because it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of prices as you see them. From the portfolio tab, let's go back over to the trade tab. So we're going to click over here up on the upper left. We're just going to go back to Bitcoin. It keeps taking us to Matic. We don't know why. So now we're looking at the Bitcoin US dollar trading market. So here it shows me what my wallet balance, which is below. Here is the order book. Looking below, you can see all the sell orders and all the buy orders in green. So sell in red, buy in green. It looks a little intimidating because there's a lot of moving parts here. If you look up here, you can see the last trade price, which is in this case 53,794.29, and these are the sell orders out there. So if you want to sell, it's interesting to look to see where these orders are. If you're buying, you want to take a look down here and see where the buyers are at. Looking to the middle of the page, you can see the chart of Bitcoin prices. So right now it's showing a 1-day chart. So in this little tab here, you can change that. A 1-minute chart is going to have much more recent information. So that is really going back to today. So you can take a look at that. Down below, it's my understanding that these graphs, the green and the red, reflect trading volume. That may help you in your decision making. Up here, you can do a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, 15-minute, 1 hour, 6 hour, or 1 day. So the 1 day is going to have a longer history. So this is going back to, it looks like last November sometime, November 14th. So you can see the change in Bitcoin prices going back to then. This next tab gives you a choice of how your chart here is going to be viewed. There's a candle view, which looks like that. And then there is the line view, which looks like that. Coming over here, this is something that heavy-duty traders, I think, take advantage of. This reflects something called the exponential moving average, and you can have this added to your chart by clicking there. And I strongly encourage you to research exponential moving averages on your own. It's kind of a higher level trading feature that's offered by Coinbase Pro. So that's available there. I'm just going to click those off for now. All the way over to right, you can see trade history. So each trade that is completed on Coinbase Pro is reflected here. So if you look at the top, you can see the most current. So they are constantly moving. The Bitcoin US dollar markets are very active on Coinbase Pro, as they are very active, I believe, on most exchanges. Now we are going to demonstrate how to do a trade. Over here on the left side, where I showed you my wallet balance. So I'm going to use my $12.91 to try to submit an order. Here we go. So I'm going to not pick Bitcoin. I'm going to pick something else. Today we're going to put in an order for, there's a long list now on Coinbase Pro. It didn't used to be so long. Cardano, also known as ADA. So I'm going to click on that. It's an ADA US dollar market. So here we have it. We see it up top, ADA US dollar. And that is what is represented on these charts here. Now, you can see here, since Coinbase Pro recently added Cardano to its exchange, there's not much history there. So I'm going to go from 1 day. Let's make it 1 hour. So this chart here is showing me the move in prices, and it's going back to March 21st. So it's been up and down a bit. here in this box here, you can see the number of buyers and sellers. So I'm going up and I'm going to put in an order for some Cardano. And I'm going to spend all my $12, I think. So we're coming down to the order form. It's this little area right here is really where everything happens. So I want to buy. And I have options of a market price, a limit price, or a stop limit price. So let's start first with the market. Okay, so this is like before we were talking about the makers and the takers. Right now, if I click on this, I'm a taker. I'm going to be taking advantage of the prices that are offered at the market level. So if I do that, I can go down here and I can either do maximum, which would put all of my $12.91 in there, or I can designate how many US dollars I want to use. So let's just say I want to do $3 worth. So we just put that as 3.0. So I'm going to spend $3.0 and buy Cardano at a market price. So I'm going to click on place buy order. By the way, you can see here my fee is 2 cents for this transaction. I'm going to place a buy order, and then my order is going to be seen quickly here, but it's going to be filled almost automatically because it is a market order. So let's go ahead and do that. Amount must be greater than $5. All right, let's go back and do that. There's my market buy order for $5, and now my fee went up to 3 cents. So let's place it. Success. So you see it down here, and you can see the fee, and you can see it was filled right away. So that's an automatic filled order right there because I bought it at the market price. We did a market order. Now let's try a limit order. So I have $7.91 left. I'm going to buy some ADA as a limit order. So I click on limit. It gives me a chance to put how many ADA I want to buy. So let's say, let's buy 2.0 Cardano. And then I have to put in my price. So, and this is where you have just a nice opportunity to get something at a low price. If you think the price is going to go down, either today or tomorrow or next week, you can put in an order for something that is below the current market price. So here, the prices are trending around $1.21.5 or 0.58. So I'm going to place a buy order at something below that. So let's say $1.15. So $1.15 is clearly below where we're at here. And it will show up on this order book of buyers. And it will also show up on my open order list. So if I put in an order that's pretty close to the top, you'll see a little mark here showing where your order is going up and down. So yeah, in fact, let's change this. Let's do something close so we can see. My order might get pulled up, but let's see. Let's do it 2131, because that'll put me on the board. So $0.2131 will put me about right in there. You can see the fee is 1 cent for this transaction. I'm going to place the buy order. Okay, so you're going to see it sitting here. You can also see it showing here relative to the other outstanding buy orders. So it shows up on my order chart here. And for now, I'm just going to cancel this order. You can cancel your orders at any time just by very quickly just pressing that button right there. And it's gone. It will still show my order here that was filled. That was my market order. So it's pretty simple to do a limit order on Coinbase Pro. Now, if I wanted to sell, it kind of works the same way. I can either sell at a market price. I can sell at a market price here, or I can sell as a limit order, which would be reflected here. So if I was looking to sell my ADA, I'd be considering these prices here. And you know, for example, I could also say, oh, if Cardano goes up to $1.50, I want to have my order there already in the exchange, and then it becomes automatic. Then whether it happens tomorrow or days from now or weeks from now, if the price gets up there, my order is pre-existing and it will be processed if it reaches that price. Now over here under advanced, when we click on that real quick, so this allows me to specify how long my order is going to be enforced. So right here it says good till canceled. So in other words, if you, like I was just describing, want to put in a price that you think could happen soon or could happen weeks from now, as long as you have this indicated, it will stay on the board. If you want to just put your order in for a certain time, you click here. If you want it to be immediate or canceled, you can click on this. And fill or kill, if you put in an order for, say, 10 of a particular coin, and you want to specify that you want the whole sale to go through, or none of it, or the default here is if you just want any part of it to be filled, this is where you specify that. So fill or kill would mean you have to sell all of it. If that is not checked off, it will be processed even if only part of your order goes through. And the way prices are moving, you might find that you get part of your order filled and then the market moves in the other direction and your price is out of range. So that's where you can specify how that would be handled. Further under here, where it says post only or allow taker, depending upon the price that you offer, you might be a maker or a taker because prices are moving so quickly. Here you can specify that you don't want to be a taker, which means the fee would be the maker fee. So for those of you who are kind of considering those things as a more experienced user, you have that opportunity there. And that's the nice thing about Coinbase Pro is it does have some things that advanced users would appreciate, but it also is somewhat easy for a beginner. The third option under the order form is what is called a stop order or a stop limit order. And I'm just showing you this. It's something that you can research. There's not really time to explain exactly how this works, but it's just a feature that's offered to people who are a little bit more advanced in their trading. And you can see you can submit your stop limit order in this area right here. And perhaps we'll have time to talk about that in a future video, but there's a lot going on here with what we've shown you. Time to take a break and make sure you're still awake. So we're going to show you how to trade Bitcoin for crypto instead of using US dollars to purchase your crypto. I'm just going to take a quick peek at my portfolio. So you see I have I have small amounts, but I have a few crypto here. And what I'm going to use is my Bitcoin to purchase another coin. And one option for you here is you could always sell your Bitcoin for US dollars and then use the US dollars to purchase the other crypto. But it saves fees for you to directly use your Bitcoin to buy the other crypto. So that is definitely an option for you. We are going to click on the trade tab, and now I'm going to select a market. Across this line of tabs, you can see it shows you all the different markets that are available. I'm interested in buying Cardano, which is ADA. So what you do first is look at the US dollar price, so I kind of have an approximation of what the US dollar equivalent is. So I scroll down here and I see currently ADA is trading for about $1.18. So when I go over to the Bitcoin markets and I see fractions of Bitcoin, I kind of understand that it's the equivalent of approximately $1.18 US dollars. So I need to scroll down here. I see the ADA Bitcoin market right there. I click on that. And so I see the trading desk for ADA Bitcoin. I see the orders for sale here, and I see the buying orders here. So I have to come up with a little bit of strategy. I could make a market purchase. We talked about that. And here, what I would do is put the amount of Bitcoin that I would like to use to purchase ADA. But I'm going to do a limit order. So I am going to put in an order to purchase 2 ADA. And it tells me, actually right here, I need to insert a price. This was pre-filled. I'm just going to delete that. Now I'm going to look over here. I'm a buyer, so I want to see what other buy orders are on the order book. So you can see it's all listed in fractions of Bitcoin. It's a small fraction, so you have to be careful with your zeros. One way to make this a little bit easier is to look over here for a price that you're interested in. So I'll click on that one, and it fills. So that is the Bitcoin price there. So if I want to place my buy order, I will click right here, and actually after I set it up, I take one last look to see what the order book looks like. So the highest offer to purchase is still above my number. What I don't want to do is to put a number here as a buyer that actually is already being offered for sale by sellers. So I'm looking down here. So my order is going to sit below what the highest buy order is right here. So I click place my buy order, and then it sits over here as an open order. And we'll see. I'll check back later and see if it it gets purchased, or to see if my purchase goes through. So likewise, if I would like to sell on this board, I would be selling my ADA for Bitcoin. And here is where I would insert the amount I want to sell, and here is the price that I would be willing to sell it for. So as a seller, I'm going to be looking at these prices and to see if where I would hope to be able to sell, what price I would be able to sell at. If you just take your time, it's kind of common sense, and it is actually not too difficult to figure out. That's an introduction to trading on the Coinbase Pro exchange. So our crypto word for the day is Satoshi. So let's explain to you what a Satoshi is. So the term Satoshi is in reference to Satoshi Nakamoto, who is the presumed pseudonymous person or persons who developed Bitcoin. And you can read lots more about Satoshi Nakamoto all over the internet. A Satoshi is the smallest unit of a Bitcoin on the blockchain. 1 Bitcoin is equal to 100 million Satoshis. Because Bitcoin can be recognized in such small units, up to 8 decimal places below 1, Satoshi is a way to describe smaller amounts. For example, 0.00001234 Bitcoin can also be referred to as 1,234 Satoshis. Satoshis are also known as sats. Now that we know what sats are, we can understand what stacking sats means. And really, it just means buying Bitcoin. Urban Dictionary says the act of accumulating Satoshis over time. This term emphasizes that even really small accumulations of Bitcoin are useful because of the value they will have in the future. So maybe we will get you stacking some sats really soon. So that's it, folks. If you are able to master Coinbase Pro, a huge window of opportunity is going to open for you. We've got many more videos planned for this channel, and you're not going to want to miss them. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.
Peace out.